to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today I was actually, well, yesterday I was supposed to do a video full face of first impressions, and that did not end up happening because of my camera and my memory card and my computer was just all acting nuts. And I'll insert a clip probably of what I was supposed to film, and I had my extensions in and I looked good and my makeup actually turned out really cool, and so yeah, I was like super mad. But I'm going to put it in the past, and today is a new day. So I have some new techniques that I've been doing, and especially like using these new products. I really want to show you guys what I've been up to and what different things have changed about my routine. So I guess that's really what we're going to be getting into today. That's what this video is going to be about. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy, and if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, okay? Alright, see you in a bit. So I'm sure that you guys have noticed that my background has changed. Not that background, but that background. I really changed my room around. My bed is now this way, and so is my TV. This right here is just blank. I feel like there's so much more room now, and now you guys actually have something to kind of fixate on, or like just not look so bare. I don't know, I think it just kind of ties in together really well. This is definitely a new product that I've never tried, but I watch Nikki tutorials. I'm going to link her channel down below because she is a god with the makeup. But she recently has been using this to prime her face. It is the Nivea Men Aftershave Balm. Yeah, I know you guys are gonna be like, what the fuck? She said that it works really, really well, and the reason is because the second most ingredient is glycerin, and that's what makes everything stay on. So it'll really help your makeup to just cling onto your face all day. I'm in a very rare mood today, let's just say that. I'm actually really excited to try it. I think it's gonna look, I don't know how it's gonna feel. I've already smelt it, but it smells like men, which I'm okay with. She said that apparently it goes away like right away, like you kind of smell it for a bit and then it kind of just goes away. This is like 100 mils. Usually like in my normal primers that I use on my face, you get 30. So if this does pan out, that's gonna be great because this is only $10 and you get 100 mils of product. So this might be my new holy grail. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna put a little bit in my hand. Woo. I'm loading it up. So I'm just gonna rub it around with my hands. I think this is too much, but whatever. Oh, it smells pretty good. I definitely did put too much. You only probably need like a dime sized. So get all in. As I rub it in, it is definitely getting like a little bit like stickier. It's not so liquidy now. Delightfully surprised. It actually feels really good. It just smooths out my skin totally. But of course, for my pores, I am going to be using a separate primer, and this primer, oh my gosh. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer, and it is the mattifying primer. I tried this in my first impressions. I was so like blown away. I'm just gonna put a tiny little bit. This is like literally the nicest primer ever because it has like a cooling effect. It is really, really cooling. And then it just dries, like sticks right onto your skin. It's not like any other primer that I've ever used. Such a nicer consistency because it's not as thick and it's not as silicone-y. So it really just honestly just mattes, it really does matte out your skin, and it doesn't do any of the pilling. So meow. I'm gonna really quickly, before I do the foundation, just use my Badescu facial spray with aloe herbs and rose water. I kind of want to go for a dewy look just because it's such a beautiful day today. I want to go with something that is not super full coverage. Yeah, I'm going to go in with my Dior Nude Air Foundation because it covers what I need it to, but in a very natural way, and there's really nothing better than that. Put a couple of drops on my little pan here. I love this pan. Obviously it's really good for freelancing if you are a makeup artist, but it's also really good for personal use because then you don't dirty your fingers. And I'm actually going to use this Real Techniques sculpting brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and just dip it right into the foundation and just start buffing it into my skin. So if you've noticed, just as of right now, I'm not putting any foundation right underneath my eyes because the more product and the more that you cake on underneath your eyes, the more it's gonna crease. So I'm actually just gonna leave that area just strictly for my concealer, and I'm just gonna continue to just buff downwards and just leave that area for the concealer. It's gonna leave it alone. Okay, so now I'm going to do my brows, and I'm not gonna show you guys it because there's really nothing that has changed with my eyebrows. I'm only gonna show you portions of just new techniques that I've done. I'm more gonna focus on the face for this video, so I will be right back. Hey guys, so I am back. So I just basically did my eyebrows, and then I did a little bit of eyeshadow using my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette and my Sephora Pantone Universe palette and my Lorac Pro palette. So let's get on with it. So something that I've been absolutely loving is the Marc Jacobs liquid liner. I'm not sure what it's called, the Magic Marker Precision Pen Eyeliner. It is like my holy grail. It is so amazing. It was supposed to be one of my new items, but I honestly love it so much. It is so precise. It gives me so much precision and so much control that when I do my cat eye, I just have no worries at all that I'm gonna screw it up. Like my Stila Sale Day one was, you know, pretty much my number one, but now this one is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a really quick easy wing liner. I love this thing. Okay, so moving on to concealer, I'm going to be taking my new Cover FX contour palette, and these are creams, and I'm going to go ahead and take my Real Techniques blending sponge. Just take the product right from the kit and then apply it to my eye. For this one, I'm taking number 1, and my shade is in N Light. This palette is in N Light, and that is in N0, the one that I just took. So as you can see, it is pretty light, but I did want to go for quite a intense highlight. I think this is actually lighter than the N10 cream that I have from them as well. It's just 0, so it's like basically white. I'm also putting it sides of my nose as well, and that will help to make it look even skinnier when I contour it. I'm also just going to take this my forehead. So now I'm going to be using the contour shade, and for that I'm actually going to take a brush. I'm going to be using this e.l.f. small stippling brush, and this is pretty warm. It's not actually that dark compared to my natural skin tone right now, but it'll just warm up the face. I'm not looking to like super duperly contour, but just to warm up the skin. So I'm gonna put it on my temples. I'm kind of almost putting it like to my nose almost, because I'm trying to just create a more plump, like fuller cheek. And by the way, I do have a cream contouring video on my channel, so if you'd like to see, you know, exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, you can go to that. I'm also taking the 3 here, and I'm just kind of stippling it where I'm putting that contour, just to kind of blend it. This will be like kind of like the blender shade for the contour and the highlight. Then I'm just going to be taking this Urban Decay brush, and I'm going to be taking the fluffier side here. I'm going to be using 3 and then contouring my nose. Using a little bit of 4 too. I'm just going to blend it all out with my beauty blender now. For just the final highlight, I'm just going to take a little bit of Rimmel's Wake Me Up concealer. Put a tiny bit on the places that I wanted to be highlighted and just kind of go over it again. For under my eyes, the powder that I'm going to be using to set that cream contour is the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. And I'm just going to put it right on the lid, and then also just use my damp beauty blender and just actually dip it right into the product and then push it into my skin. You still want to make sure that you're being careful, not pushing too hard. I love this powder so much. It just feels like it's just really just glued on that concealer and it's not going to crease on me. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this N10 pressed powder by Cover FX. And this is just basically to just help further brighten it. But I'm not putting it directly under my eyes because then that'll just make it crease with all the product. I'm basically just using it to highlight. Okay, so now to one of my favorite things. We are going to now be contouring, and I'm going to be using my contour shades from Anastasia. So I'm going to be taking these two here. I want to say this is Java and Havana. So I'm going to go ahead and use my favorite brush for bronzing up the skin, and it is the Real Techniques blush brush. So I'm just going to put like basically all these together. Tap off the excess, just blend it in. Then I'm just going to take this big fluffy brush and just use the Hula bronzer from Benefit because it's really cool tone, and just kind of continue to contour my nose. Now I'm going to use another new product, and this is by Becca. So I now have two of my most favorite powders in the entire universe. I have Becca Opal Shimmering Pressed Powder and Moonstone, and I'm just going to dab some of that in my Opal Shimmering Powder and just basically put that wherever I just put that bronzer to really just give it like a really bronzy glow from within. I'm going to take my contour kit again. I'm going to take the cream contour shade in number 2 and just dot that right on my nose because this is actually a cream shimmering powder. So I'm just going to place it there on a Cupid's bow. I'm going to go in with Becca Moonstone highlighter, and this is just going to be highlighter overload, guys. They're going to be glowing from space. And I also just put it on my temples as well. Don't feel like you have to put this much highlighter on. You really don't. This is just my preference. This is just what I love to do. I just love glowing like a crazy person. So yeah, don't feel like you have to be doing this as well. But anyway, I'm going to be using Frat Boy by the Balm blush and just sweep that on my cheeks. Then I'm going to be mixing my favorite mascaras. I'm going to be using the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, and then I'm going to be using the Clarins Belong Mascara, and then my new Marc Jacobs mascara as well. I don't know what it's called though. And for something a little bit different that I haven't done in a while, I'm going to be using a black eyeliner in my waterline, and this is also by Marc Jacobs. And for my lips, I'm going to be using the NYX Sand Beige lip liner. Then I'm going to be taking a little bit of MAC MUFE. Then I'm going to be taking the number 6 lip gloss from the Bite Beauty Watercolor Lip Gloss Library. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I don't really know what to call it. I want to say like it was more of like a skin focused video because I focused a lot on what I did to my face. I did not so much eye, but more of like foundation work, and then I just showed you a bunch of new products that I've been using. And unfortunately, guys, I did not get the chance to film an outro, so I just want to say that I love you guys so much, and thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next week.